you're going to take the measurement of your quilt and you add up all 4 sides together. So let's go ahead and head over to my little paper. We're going to do a little math. Are you ready for this?
I'm not great at math, but this works great.
Let's go ahead and pretend that the quilt is 60 inches by 72. So we have a nice throw size quilt, 60 by 72. So if I were to add up all 4 sides, we're going to do 60 plus 60 plus 72 plus 72. So if you've got a calculator at home, go ahead and give this a whirl as well. So what are we looking at? 264 inches?
Uh-huh.
All right, so 264 inches. Now, I'm going to add the number 10 to it. That's how many inches we need to have to get around the quilt. Well, why do I add 10? The reason is because I want to take into account my mitered corners. I also want to take into account my overlap at the end for when I join the ends. So 264 plus 10 is 274 inches. Now, I know I need 274 inches to go around the quilt.
Okay.
But how do I know how many strips that is?
Okay.
So how wide, all of you answer this for me, how wide is a typical bolt of fabric or a yard of fabric, the width of it? Usually it's about 42 inches,
yep.
Okay?
That's typical. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little
45.
Less. Yeah.
So you know what number I use? I use 40 just to be safe.
That's a great, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take the total number of inches and divide it by 40. What number does that give us?
6.85.
6.85. Well, that's how many strips we're going to cut. But can we cut 6.85 strips?
No.
Not necessarily.
No, not really.
No.
I mean, you could.
So we're going to round it up.
Round it up.
So if we round it up, we've got 7 strips. 7 strips, folks. That's how many strips you know how much to cut.
Okay.
Now, do you like your strips to be 2.5 inches or 2.25 inches? What do you like?
Normally, of course, it all depends on what I'm working on. Okay.
Sure.
But normally, I go with the 2.5.
Okay. So we'll go ahead with 2.5. I normally like 2.25, but it's totally a personal preference.
Right.
So this is the last piece of math you have to do. You're going to take 7 strips times 2.5, and what number does that give us?
17.5.
17.5 inches. Well,
that's a half a yard.
Exactly.
Half a yard, right there.
A half yard
Boom.
is 18 inches. So I know that for my throw size quilt, I'm rounding that up to 18 inches, which is 1/2 yard. Whee! Lots of smiles all around.
Yeah.
Hearts. All the hearts. Give me all the heart eyes.
Yeah,
right, Sandra?
exactly.
That's how easy it is to do.
Yeah.
So why would you need to know this? Well, it would be for if you were going into a fabric shop and maybe you had an idea for a quilt, but you didn't necessarily have a pattern that told you how much fabric you need, then do the math right here. Yeah. Or if you're at home and you want to see, go through your scraps and try and figure out how much, if you have enough yardage to be able to do a binding, this is the math you would do. So it really is very simple. The first time you do it might take a little bit of thinking. The second time, you might have to think again. The third time, you'll be like, I got this.
Third time's a charm,
Third
right?
time's a charm.